this graphic is actually quite interesting. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but let's just look through the so-called breaking news that Trump has confirmed that crypto that is based in the United States would be tax exempt. So no income tax for cryptos that's based in the US. Personally, I can't find a direct source from Trump himself or anybody else otherwise. All I see here is a bunch of people on Twitter saying, breaking news, Eric Trump confirms US-based crypto projects will benefit from zero capital gains. And I get all these, cut out some sort of, images of Eric Trump, but no actual source material, no video. Maybe I'm just missing something. I tried going to Eric Trump's own actual page. All I'm seeing is just, pretty much AI generated images of Donald Trump, much like my thumbnails. And I think this is just basically people trying to get views. I don't know where the original sources are. I don't know why no one's linked to it, but let's set that aside for the minute. So let's assume this is true. No income tax for US based tokens. So a lot of people based on this expectation are adjusting their portfolios. I did a video about a year and a half ago showcasing my portfolio layout going into the bear market, what I was going to be buying and what I was going to be buying in the bull market, etc. Now, I don't do that stuff anymore because for some reason, people take that as financial advice, which I don't offer. I'm a YouTuber and an enthusiast and a lover of crypto that just shares videos. I'm by no means any authority, so you shouldn't be copying me. You should be doing your own research, right? But this is quite interesting because this is looking similar to some of the stuff that I've done. A lot of people are basing their portfolio now on this kind of intersection graph or schematic, right? So if you look at this schematic here, the coins that are going to be doing really, really amazingly in the bull market this year and maybe the beginning of next year are those that are falling into these categories, right? So you have people who in the past would look at the grayscale trust. This was something that I used to look at, the grayscale trust. This was before ETFs. So this was in the olden days now. It's funny. Crypto is like dog years. Just one cycle ago is like, 50 years ago or something in terms of relative history. So back in those days, I used to look at grayscale. So that included something like, Ethereum Classic, MakerDAO, or MakerDAO, whatever you want to pronounce that. Obviously, Solana, XRP, Avalanche, things like that, right? And based on that, I would structure my portfolio, right? Knowing that, well, the research that Grayscale is doing was probably superior to mine, right? And then, of course, there's a very popular Coinbase 50 index, which obviously has changed now since last bull market because obviously Coinbase has listed a hell of a lot more tokens. Back in those days, there were just a handful of tokens on Coinbase, all of them on the Ethereum blockchain. Now we have Solana and Base on blockchain, so there's a lot more going on there. There was some other things that people would do, they look for themselves at the market cap, the distribution, etc. So now you have World Liberty Financial, which is the fund that is associated with Donald Trump. That's quite interesting because now that Donald Trump is president of the United States, a lot of the power that he wields now is, influencing tax laws, income tax, like what we're talking about now, what's what, who's paying whom, the regulations, etc., right? And while he might not be able to make some direct changes, he does have the ability to write some executive orders to have some things done, right? And then this is the hottest thing now, which is the Made in the USA tokens. And to be honest with you, I'm not surprised, and I am surprised to find that according to this schematic, actually the greatest crypto in the world right now is Chainlink. Chainlink is like the most solid crypto in the world in terms of its utility, right? Everybody needs Chainlink. Pretty much every single crypto needs Chainlink. XRP works with Chainlink. Bitcoin works with Chainlink. Like everybody works with Chainlink. So I'm not surprised to find that Chainlink is the one token that sits in every single schematic. XRP is surprisingly missing from World Liberty Finance or World Liberty Financial. I don't know why I keep calling that World Liberty Finance, but there might be an explanation to that, right? We know that Trump himself, or maybe some fund, I don't know who's holding it for him, received a heck of a lot of XRP as donations during the campaign. Without a doubt, he's got that somewhere, right? So World Liberty Financial might not be holding XRP, but Trump does have XRP one way or the other. So I guess in a way you could move XRP into that little quadrant there with Link, but it doesn't have to be there. We all know that this isn't an exhaustive schematic, right? When it comes to what tokens and what. But if you look in here, which is the second hottest quadrant, where it includes all of them but the World Liberty Financial, you can see the coins there: XRP, Solana, Avalanche, NEAR, Mana, LPT, LTC, XLM, and ZEC, right? Now, Litecoin did a little bit of a pump in the last week or so, but it's one of those coins that is now completely redundant. The reason Litecoin came about was, to solve some problems that Bitcoin had. It's basically a fork of Bitcoin. It was supposed to be lighter, move faster. It's like a silver, Bitcoin was gold and it was silver. But now, man, I don't know why anybody would hold Litecoin, to be honest with you. Some guy talked about a Litecoin ETF and I nearly spat my coffee out. Like, why would anybody buy a Litecoin ETF? There's nothing that, unfortunately, sorry to say for you Litecoin lovers out there, I don't see the point, right? Speed, scalability, all those problems have been solved elegantly by other cryptos. And Litecoin pretty much now has no use whatsoever. But, it's a legacy coin and some people hold it, love it, whatever. I used to buy Litecoin back in the day for transaction purposes only. The fees were very low. So if I wanted to move crypto from one blockchain to the other, I'd change to Litecoin and I'll use that blockchain to move the token because the fees were tiny compared to Bitcoin. But now we have systems like Optimism, we have XRP, Polygon. All of these blockchains have vanishingly small fees. So there's nothing that Litecoin can do for me, right? And, I've got XRP, Solana, whatever. Another interesting token in this batch is NEAR. NEAR ticks all of these boxes and it falls in the AI category, which I think is going to really, really pop in this bull run. So NEAR protocol, not financial advice, your own research. I do own some of that because I have, a lot of confidence in that token that's going to do some good things. Mana also is one that could do very well. It also is related somewhat to AI. I'm not very familiar with LPT. XLM, of course, we know is our sister token. I've got loads of that. I'm not terribly pronounced with Zcash. I think that's what that's called either. Again, I'm sure it'll do well, right? It's America based, so it's bound to at least get a boost from that, right? Avalanche, I've got quite a lot of. I used to talk about Avalanche quite a while ago. I think about 4 or 5 months ago in the depths of the bear market when I was buying AVAX because they were doing some good things with gaming and stuff. And I did a bit of research into them and I like their origin. It's a very academic team, in the University of, I can't remember which uni it was now. I think it was somewhere in New York or something. And I like the projects that they were working on. They're kind of more of like a platform that are more long-term. They've got visions that extend way into the future. So probably not the best to try and make quick money off. So I bought some AVAX when, the price was relatively low and just forgot about it, right? And, I'll come back to it in 10 years and see what happens. Solana, we all know, is everyone's darling. Never mind the fact that the blockchain is probably not as solid as some of these others, But then you can say that some of those others haven't been under the same amount of stress that Solana has been on with the popularity of all those memes and now with the Trump coin, etc. But my point is this. The general point of this video is if this rumor is true and indeed there won't be any income tax for these tokens that fall in the America, made in America bucket here, you have, these AI tokens down here as well. INJ, what's the other one? Render. That's another good one, right? Especially now with Nvidia and DeepSeek threatening, the expensive AI setups. I'm going to do a video on that as well. I found some new things about DeepSeek, so stay tuned for that. But that'll be in another video because this video would be too long otherwise. Anyway, so if that were true, what you're going to see is a lot of people moving money from BTC into these America tokens. And the one that they're going to go for is most probably XRP because of the market cap, its prominence, and its liquidity, right? A lot of these tokens, they don't have the liquidity to take on BTC money, right? Also, they don't have the confidence, people's confidence, and they don't have the stature, right? They don't have the stature of XRP. And I think, XRP is going to suck a lot of liquidity from Bitcoin. And this might be how XRP actually flips Bitcoin's market cap. And you see it already on social media, a lot of panic about XRP, about Ripple lobbying the government. There's a whole video that someone made. I'm not going to play here because I'm afraid of copyright strikes. But there's a man on here who seems to have some sort of influence in the crypto sphere, in the Bitcoin sphere anyway, who made a video urging people to call their, what do you guys call it over there? Here we say member of parliament. Over there, I think it's Congress, member of Congress, or your congressman or whatever. Call your representative in government is, and ask them to investigate Trump and investigate Ripple for their lobbying efforts, as if to say that lobbying the government is a new thing in the United States, and as if to say that every single interest in the United States doesn't lobby the government. There are official lobbyists in the government, in the White House, in Congress, etc., that their job is to lobby government for the interests of corporations. This is nothing new. And just the fact that someone lobbies someone doesn't then trigger an investigation. I mean, what is there to investigate? They donated money to a campaign. End of, right? I mean, what is there? But you can see the panic because people see the writing on the wall. Now, I love Bitcoin. I hold Bitcoin. But, Bitcoin is a legacy token, right? And its utility is, I think, for people who are purists when it comes to what Bitcoin was originally designed to do. And I think that a lot of people are going to hold Bitcoin. Bitcoin interfaces very well with, DeFi protocols, integrates very well with things like Monero, where you can exert your privacy a little bit better. There are a lot of people who have Bitcoin from back in the day and they have it in private wallets that have never been KYC'd. Bitcoin has so much liquidity that it can hold chunks of money that other cryptos can't hold without it moving the market, right? So Bitcoin will always be useful for that. But when it comes to utility and actually doing things in real life, then Bitcoin, that's not its job, right? Coins like XRP and Solana and Cardano are taking over those roles, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? So rather than, if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, rather than fighting XRP's progress, trying to, get those same authorities, those same governmental bodies, those same people who have been hunting you as a Bitcoin maximalist, trying to get them to go investigate somebody else, especially Ripple, that's just been through 5 years of governmental investigations and legal backs and forths, is a little bit rich, in my opinion. It's also hypocritical because, you're basically asking your enemy to go after someone you don't like, which is really interesting to me. But if this were to happen, we're going to see a lot of liquidity sucking out of Bitcoin. People would sell their Bitcoin to buy these US-based cryptos, notably XRP. What's also going to happen is we're going to get a lot of these billionaires buy XRP because that is a tax-free haven. So imagine you're Jeff Bezos, you're Elon Musk, and you have 10 billion sitting in US dollars or in some sort of bond or whatever, and it's accruing capital gains tax, then you're going to buy XRP for tax relief, right? You're going to buy XRP for tax avoidance, legal tax avoidance. So a lot of people are going to sell property. They're going to sell all those things, perhaps even tokenize the property on the XRP ledger. And that way they still have the property and they have the tokens. A lot is going to happen. A lot is going to change. And a lot of people are indeed restructuring their portfolios, but because amazing things are about to happen, crazy, unpredictable things are about to happen. And we just have to be prepared for it. Not financial advice, of course. Do your own research. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.